Live from the Quad Cities with Morgan Otier and Kyle Keel. This is Quad Cities Live.
Today on QCL, Where the Flowers Are, we're bringing the farm to you as we get details on several upcoming events at this magical spot located between Davenport and Muscatine.
And more than 100 films in 4 days. The 12th annual Snake Alley Festival of Film kicks off this weekend in downtown Burlington.
And later, a local magician who has been performing for more than 25 years will welcome David Casas and learn more about ways kids and families can see the magic up close.
QC, that's where we work best when we're together. QC, that's where is brought to you by a partnership with the Quad Cities Chamber and Visit Quad Cities.
And thank you so much for joining us. I'm Morgan Otier alongside my co-host Kyle Keel. QC, that's where. It's where you can find more than a dozen local breweries, all part of the QC Ale Trail.
And one of them is Crawford Brew Works, located on Devil's Glen Road in Bettendorf. And here today, Tari Fisk and Juan Hernandez with Crawford, with some food, because you have some exciting new updates there at your restaurant and
Yes, restaurant and the brewery, of course. We were super excited to find Juan, even though I've known Juan for so long.
Yeah.
Kind of chatted with him to get him into our kitchen to help us with a food truck concept that we wanted to create. He's created a wonderful menu. We've had great reviews so far, and there's so much more to come.
Yeah, Juan, describe the concept for us a little bit, because for those who have never been to Crawford, first of all, get there. It's fabulous.
It's a nice spot.
You guys have had food trucks there often, so we know that that concept, so to speak, works. So this is kind of an indoor food truck concept.
Yeah, so they, you know, we started talking, approached me, and Tari was like, hey, you know, we got some concept that we are stuck, and you kind of help us. And I was like, sure, you know, I like that. So then we come over and talk, and they wanted to create a kind of like a food truck concept inside.
Yeah.
So we did kind of like a brewer menu. We make some changes because of some of the equipment that come out, but we make some fresh stuff for the summer. So we got some very much, you come in, you walked in, you like the menu, and then you walk to the kiosk and ask the girl, order it, then we give you a little page, and it
Nice and
when it's
easy.
ready.
Yep, very nice.
Yeah, so Tari, give us some background on Crawford Brew Works. That's really hard for me to say today. But you know, you're one of the many breweries that have become really popular within the last decade or so. But you guys have been around for about 6 years now.
We have. We just celebrated our 6th year. We are known for the food truck, so I feel like that's where a lot of our business comes in, along with Scott's famous like German-style beers that we have. The patio's dog-friendly, so we're filled with dogs all the time. I just think this kitchen concept is just going to make us boom even more than what we already do.
Yeah, well, before we get to the food, because believe me, we are getting to the food.
If you could just smell this right now.
It smells amazing in the studio right now. First, talk a little bit about the beers that you chose to bring with you today, because I have to say Crawford always has at least a dozen of its own beers on tap pretty much all the time, which is huge. I mean, to be able to have that many going at the same time.
Yeah, Scott does a good job at creating all different kinds of beers, you know, and he definitely listens to the patrons and what they like and what they want to drink. We did bring the Allura Pale Ale today. We use it with our mussels, so I wanted you guys to definitely try that so you can get a taste. The Bavarian Sun is our Hefeweizen. It's only around for the summer, and it's similar to like a Blue Moon, and we get a lot of requests for that.
Very nice.
So that's a great go-to if you like that.
Okay, great. Well, if you want, we'll try them both.
Yeah, let's try them both.
We'll try them both. We'll let you do that, Tari, and then Juan, we'll talk to you a little bit more about the food that you brought here today. I've got my eye on this. This is what, like it's like a shrimp tostada?
Yeah, so we try to do something different. We had a shrimp tostada, and then we cook the shrimp with garlic and oil, fresh garlic always, and then let it cool down, and we do some like bang bang sauce, which is a mix of different sauces. You can just got a little kick, kind of like your boom boom sauce. Avocado, a little bit tahini, because tahini is good on everything.
Yes.
And then some pickled onion. So kind of like a patio summer. You sit down outside, you get some of that.
Shareable too.
Yeah, you can share with your friends, and you can do it. You got to pick it and take a bite, right?
Yeah.
You know, so it breaks your heart when the tostada breaks in half. That's not good.
We know what's going to happen.
And then we had the cheese curds that we have from.
Go wrong with cheese curds.
Yeah, so these ones are Wisconsin cheese curds, and it has garlic and roasted herbs inside. So they're kind of like a garlic cheese curds. Then the marinara up there. We missed a little base on that one. We got our take on the chicken and pancakes, kind of like a chicken and waffle, but instead of do that,
We
my
each had
favorite.
one of the
So
little
good.
pancake bites already, and those are really good.
and we decided to call it 5 p.m. pancakes because it's never late for every time. It's good for pancakes. So
Yeah.
there's a chipotle cinnamon butter that we make in the house, and there's agave nectar with cinnamon and pure cane sugar.
It tastes delicious.
It is really good.
Good.
It's like
And
a
I
very
gotta-
light syrup. It's very good.
Yeah, and
gotta try
then
this
the salads, we got the quinoa salad. We brought this in, which it has kind of want to be healthy. Cucumber, avocado, parmesan. Those little chickpeas are toasted and add crunchiness to that. And you can add anything protein you want, shrimp or chicken. That will go for that.
Okay, fabulous.
I'm trying the chicken.
He's trying the chicken. He's digging in
Excited for you.
to the chicken. Very good.
So that one is like a hot
I'm gonna let you
glaze,
chew.
like an Asian hot glaze. It has a little kick, so that way we make it spicy so you can drink more beer.
And that glaze just makes that chicken
Yeah.
Good.
delicious.
Amazing. Okay, so Tari's poured beers for
Yes.
us. I do
Yes.
want to try the one that you make the mussels with, because
Okay.
I
Oh,
think
yeah.
that's really unique and interesting. You always hear a lot of like wine sauces with a mussel, so I think it's super cool that you guys
Our
did this.
mussels, we saute the mussels and we add the beer, then marinara sauce.
This is really
Yeah,
good.
it tastes
So
delicious.
it's kind of like a land and sea because we do the mussels, the marinara, the beer to get some
Yeah.
flavor into it, and then we crispy pork belly,
Oh.
burnt ends pork belly, and we just sprinkle on top
Pork
with
belly.
basil, and
Wow.
then garlic bread.
I really like this.
Yeah, this
Like
got
I'm
a
a
good taste.
I'm a
Yeah.
pale and an IPA
Yeah.
person in general, but this is really light. I could see why you would be able to
With the
cook,
mussels, you pair it with that, and it's just completely
to
different.
cook with that. That's really good. What's this one called? Alora?
Alora.
Alora. Okay, I'm gonna remember
Keep
that.
that in mind.
Another
Yeah.
special thing with our pale ales is each month we pick something to donate back to, so $1 goes back to that.
Oh wow.
The pale ale is what we promote a lot in the
Sure.
brewery.
Okay, wow, fabulous.
All right, so let's try the other one, which you kind of consider
What's up?
more like a Blue Moon type.
Yes, the Bavarian
Cheers.
Sun.
Bavarian Sun.
Can't go wrong today, that's for sure.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead and say it's better.
I was just gonna say it tastes
Good
better.
answer.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna say that that's better.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
tastes
So if you're a
delicious.
fan of that, which hey, be a fan. I'm a fan too, but this is really good, really refreshing for the summer. Very, very cool.
So you've had the kitchen open for a couple of weeks now. How's
Couple
those
of
the
weeks,
responses
yes.
from
We
customers?
had a really great
So good.
response. You want to discuss the hours?
Oh yeah.
Yes, hours, very important. Tuesday through Thursday, they are open from 4 to 9.
Okay.
Okay.
Friday is from 4 to 10. Saturday, 11 to 10.
Very nice.
And then we are closed Sunday and Monday, which we will continue food trucks on Sunday.
Yeah, like Crawford is still open, and you
Yes.
guys can still, you still have some of the Quad Cities like favorite food trucks that come by on Sundays and
important.
Mondays. I like that you guys did that because it's like
Yeah.
why mess with something that's going so well just because you
Right.
guys are trying to
Yeah.
do more. But it sounds like the menu that you guys have is fabulous.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we do.
Awesome.
Yes, good job.
And you have your
Bud.
daily drink specials as well
Yes,
that
of course.
people
Yep.
can check out as well. So if you want more information on what's on tap at Crawford, as well as take a look at this delicious menu
Yes.
that Juan and crew have created for us all, you can head to CrawfordBrewWorks.com. Crawford Brew Works.
Nailed
there
it.
you go.
You nailed it.
I thought I have a problem saying that word, but I'm glad it's you.
Yeah, it's definitely me today.
Juan's like, what's going on?
It's
Yeah.
Monday here.
I'm the
Well,
one with the
thank
accent.
you. Thank you both for
Yes,
coming in
thank
today
you.
and
Thank
doing
you
all
for
this for
having
us.
us.
This is
Yes,
great.
very
Enjoy
exciting.
it.
Well, up next on Quad Cities Live, a visit from not one, but two adoptable four-legged friends. Animal Aid Humane Society is here with Addie and Coco after the break.
You're watching Quad Cities Live.
It is Monday, which means it's time to meet one of our four-legged adoptable friends. Except today, we are lucky enough to meet two of them.
Yes, two pups looking
Yes.
for their forever home. Vicki Sanders is with Animal Aid Humane Society in Moline. Vicki, thank you so much for joining us on the show today.
Thanks for having us.
Of course, you brought two absolutely adorable
Yes.
guests with you. So tell us about each of these pups.
This is Addie. She's an American Eskimo.
She's smiley.
And Coco's a Yorkie. They're both 3 years old. They've been together for 3 years, so we want them to go together.
Yes.
So,
Oh my
you know, they're very
goodness.
attached.
So yeah,
are.
and
Yes, they are.
You know, you brought these two back in May as well. So like you said, these two, they've grown up together, so they need to be adopted together. So really, if you're looking to adopt maybe a couple of dogs, these two might be a good pairing for you, because I know it's been kind of hard to get them together. Like most people want one or the other, but not both.
Yeah, that's true. That's what they want. Cute little cuddly little Coco, but and she's kind of a small American
She
Eskimo.
is, and she's also very cute and cuddly,
Yes.
and she looks like she's got a smile on her face.
Sweet dog.
And you're wagging your tail because you're such a good girl. Yes, you are.
They love to play fetch, so they're active dogs too.
How do they interact with each other? I mean, I know they're very attached. Are they playful with one another?
Yeah, they are. They're very close. They sleep with their heads next to each other.
Oh, that is so cute.
Run out in the yard together and play, and I've even caught them playing when they were in the cage.
Oh, that's cute.
That is adorable.
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about some of the other animals as well that you guys have at the shelter. Lots of cats, I'm assuming, because that seems to be
100, at least 100 cats.
Wow.
Get calls all the time for kittens. I mean, we can't help everybody.
Right.
So there's a lot of kittens are being born out there.
Yeah.
And it's nice that people are trying to help find them homes.
Yeah.
Because most of them are born outside.
Sure.
So,
Yeah.
Coco's sleeping.
He's a little worn out from
He is
all the
worn
attention he's
out.
gotten, but he's so adorable. So talk more about the Animal Aid Humane Society. You are completely volunteer run.
Right.
And obviously a lot of volunteers needed for, unfortunately, the amount of animals that you have at the Humane Society.
And then we have summer, people are going on vacations or health reasons. We do need extra help.
Okay.
And some of the students would be able to come in if they're 16. If they're younger than 16, if they can get an adult to come in with them, help out, we can have them do a room together.
Yeah.
You know, any help would be wonderful.
I think that's too, like, what are the types of just different jobs and things you guys do need help with that a volunteer can help for, so people kind of know what to prepare for, because it doesn't have to all be that hard.
No. Some of the younger ones can come in and just comb, brush, pet, you know, spend time with the dogs, spend time with the cats. You know, they love that. They love having new people come in. They're tired of seeing us every day.
Yeah.
So, yeah, they love that. So, and we'd love to have people come in and help. Spend time with the animals.
Yeah, and help socialize them.
Right.
And, you know, all of that.
Find them a home. And then we do need help, like maybe taking somebody to the vet.
Okay.
Or, you know, when we need extra help that way, you know. So.
Yeah, and I was just going to ask, I mean, you provide a lot of services for these animals when they come in. It's not just, hey, they're here, let's figure it out.
Right.
You actually make sure that they're healthy and up to date on what needs to be up to date.
Right, yes. That, you know, it just seems like there's never enough time or money, you know, to help these animals. So, you know, it's just, and then we do the fundraiser for the lawnmowers. To Mary and Dave help out with that. To people donate lawnmowers, and then Dave refurbishes them, get them in tip-top running, and then the money he you know, is used for the shelter.
Okay, yeah, very, very interesting. Okay, so we want to reiterate that these two need to be adopted together, because I think, I don't know if you already said it on air, but before we were talking about people keep coming in and wanting to adopt one.
Yeah.
And, you know, that would probably really kind of mess with their personalities at this point after 3 years to be.
We just love to have them a home together. It's just, it'd be hard for us to split them up.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, well, if you want to learn more about adopting these two, or learn more about fundraising events or the adoptable pets at the shelter, you can visit Animal Aid Humane Society on Facebook. We also have the address on your screen. Vicki, as always, thank you so much.
If they'd like to send a donation too, that would be great.
Yeah, always need those donations for the care of all of those animals that you have there.
Thank you very much.
Let's get Coco and Addie together, adopted in a new home.
I can't wait to hear what happens with these two coming up.
Thank you for having us.
Yes, thank you all so much for being here. Well, still to come, details on multiple opportunities over the next few weeks to participate in bouquet workshops at Where the Flowers Are Farm. We'll learn more next.
You're watching Quad Cities Live.
There's a very special place located just east of Muscatine, brimming with beautiful blooms of specialty flowers. Kristen Schopfeld joins us from Where the Flowers Are Farm. Kristen, welcome back.
Thank you so much. It's great to be back.
Yes, it's so great to have you. We have so many fun things to talk about here today. But before we get started, for anybody who hasn't seen your previous segment with me, give us a little background on where the Flowers Are Farm and how you got started. Because one of my favorite things about going to your website is reading the About Me bio. And one of the first things you say is, look, I didn't grow up wanting to grow flowers, but you know, this is where life has taken me, and wow, you're doing amazing.
Yeah, so a couple of years ago, we lost our daycare provider, and I was in corporate HR at the time, and I said to my husband, look, we have all this acreage, our kiddos have some special needs. Why don't we open up a daycare on our farm, get chickens, do the things we've been wanting to do? So we kind of took that group and plopped them over to the farm, and we called it the Shawfeld Sprouts Learning Farm. So we got chickens and ducks and started growing more on farm, including flowers. And I started sending my daycare kiddos home with flowers every week or whenever we could. And one of my daycare parents, who was actually my old boss, came to me one day and said, hey, I know you're itching to do more. Why are you not selling your flowers?
Yeah.
I was like, well, they're just zinnias, you know, just things. So I took them to the market and sold out. And I was like, wow, okay, there's definitely something here. So I just started researching and became infatuated with this world of cut flowers and the amount of things you can do with cut flowers and impact people and communities and really create a special space. So that's
really
what we're doing now. And we've doubled in size the last 3 years, and we're just going for it.
That's really amazing. So when you talk about specialty cut flowers, because you talk about you were surprised that you sold out when you went to that first market. I mean, I know I'd seen you there, and you really have an eye for just like incredible pops of color and putting these different almost textures together when it comes to the flowers. But for people who are unfamiliar, when you say specialty cut flowers, what does that mean?
So yeah, there's definitely a lot that goes into planning your colors and your textures for your season and when they're going to hit. And sometimes it works, and sometimes you get these very vibrant color palettes and they surprise you. Specialty flowers would be flowers that are going to have a longer vase life, flowers that florists would like to use, flowers that we use for weddings and things that just are not natural to see growing in Iowa. So a lot of the blooms that we have are things that you would grow in different climates, and we found fun ways to get them to grow here, from tunneling systems to different growing practices. And it's really exciting when you have a crop that clicks and it works and your color theories all come together and you can really create those.
You're almost like
things.
a scientist. Like
there is a lot of planning and spreadsheets.
And for just following you on Instagram and seeing you plant and the way that you do all of it, it is like you've got it down to a science.
Thank you.
And it's incredible. It's incredible to see it all come to fruition. So where can we find you? Like if we want to buy a bouquet, or I mean, you talked about being at the market. Are you still doing markets?
I am not. We have a little studio on our farm. It's a
lovely.
It's like a little cottage shed. It's air conditioned and really cute. So you can come out on the weekends, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I say dawn to dusk, and I'll load that with pre-made bouquets. But I would highly recommend, if you're on social, to follow on Instagram or Facebook at Where the Flowers Are Farm. And if you're not on social, we do have an email list. So on there, I will share what's going on, what's blooming, different events that we have coming up, and how you can get flowers.
And how you can get involved in that. Well, speaking of events, let's talk about some of the upcoming events at the farm. Now, the first one, it's just coming up this week, actually, on Thursday, Botanical Eco Printing Workshop. So describe for me what that is. Is that what we're seeing here?
Yes, I am super excited for this. So we have a few options. Basically, the eco printing, we are using flowers that we're growing, and we are hammering them into organic cotton materials that have been prepped in a certain way so that the dyes hold. And we are hammering them into our fabrics to create a print. So we have a tea towel option, there's an apron option, or a t-shirt and a bag that our guests can choose, and the registration is open on that until tomorrow night. So
open until tomorrow night, and I feel like it's filling up fast. Now you brought, I'm gonna try it, and if it's too loud or if it feels like I'm gonna break the table, we won't do it anymore.
Someone will tell us to stop.
Someone will tell us in my ear. They'll be like, please stop. So what flower would I use?
So I brought these today for you to choose from. The greenery, the foliage does really well and creates these really cool colors. And the color of the flower is not necessarily what the color of the print that you will get. So if we wanted to choose anything out of here, say this.
Yeah, let's do that.
And we're just going to place it in between our fabrics here. And this will give us a mirrored effect. and you can hammer away on that one.
Okay, and roughly how long does it take before you start to see something?
You should see it come through. I know we can't bang like too hard on this table, but we can peek at it too.
Okay, let's peek at it before everybody
needs. And I have
needs
this double layered, so we need to go harder.
much more. Much more. Okay, let's try again. Let's take another peek. I think this is so fun.
Love
Who
it.
came up with the idea to do this?
You know, I do not know. Here, let's try something with a little bit more color while we're going for it.
Okay.
We'll try Cosmo Flower.
Okay, and Owen said, my director said I could go a little harder.
Okay, cool.
So if you need to take your Advil at home, I'm sorry. This is super fun.
There you go. Yeah, just go around the flower.
Okay.
Good job.
I love this. You know, we have work happening right now at the TV station. We have HVAC work happening. So no one's even going to know that this is me. They're going to think that it's like one of the people working.
Okay.
Oh,
so
yeah.
we see this. You can peel up the flower.
Oh my gosh. I love this. It's beautiful.
And we can
Yes,
see
I'm gonna
the
pick it up and
print
show
that
the
that's
camera.
putting through.
Okay, so that's the print.
And we will be outside, so any mess we make is okay always at the farm.
That is really cool.
Yeah, so the way these are prepped, you can wash them after, and the print should hold really well for you. And you can really create anything you'd like from the flowers on the farm.
What an awesome idea.
Thank you.
Okay, before we run out of time with you, let's also just talk briefly about some of your other events coming up, just in case this one this week fills up too soon. So you have a members-only event coming up on Saturday, so it's the Bouquet Club.
Yes.
So we can join the Bouquet Club?
So this year our Bouquet Club is full.
Okay.
We took on 75 members,
Wow.
getting weekly, bi-weekly, or monthly bouquets from
Good
us.
for you.
Thank you. And our delivery was Wilton, Bettendorf, and Muscatine this year. So we're having an open house for those members, just to celebrate them and thank them for investing in our farm. And then we have a series of workshops called Harvest and Arranging, where folks can come out, have a drink, enjoy the farm, cut flowers, tour the fields with me, and learn all about what goes into those blooms, and learn how to arrange their flowers to take home.
That would be such a good piece of knowledge.
It's so relaxing.
To be able to do it yourself
Yes.
would be just really cool. Just to know, I know this looks good because you know Kristen told me to.
She told me to do this many focals and this many greenery, and it's all good. And then we have a few U-cut experiences. I offered this last year just to see how it would go. I was a little bit nervous having very high-end flowers in a U-cut.
Sure.
So we did it, and we have our customers fill up a stadium-sized cup with whatever blooms they love. And it's not a fully intensive workshop like the others. So you can sign up online, come on out, you get your cup and your snips, and it's all you for that one.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Well, let's give everybody the website. Essentially, you list all of this stuff on the website, and this is also where you can sign up to be part of like an email list. So you're kind of the first person to know. So visit wheretheflowersArefarm.com just to learn more about everything that's going on. You see, you've got weddings up there.
Yes.
You're doing a lot.
We are doing a lot.
You're doing a lot. Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
This is amazing.
It's been so much fun.
Well, good. We love to hear that. Kristen, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Well, still to come in our next half hour of QCL, more than 100 short films will be shown at the annual Snake Alley Festival of Film. We'll get details on the event, now celebrating its 12th year. And later, a local magician with more than 2 decades of experience. We'll learn more about how the whole family can get involved with David Casas magic. It is Monday, which means it is time for our wins of the weekend. We actually had a lot of people had kind of a longer weekend. So talk a little bit about what your win was.
I wish I had a longer weekend because I need like an extra day to recover from the weekend.
Same.
As do you. I mean, I know we both had pretty busy weekends. Well, a couple things happened. My son got a tricycle, which was great.
Aww.
And we also did a pool party at my uncle's on one of the days. I can't even remember because we did so much. But my win, the kids went to their first fireworks shows. We went to the East Moline ones on July 3rd. And then on Friday night, we went to Coal Valley Boom Bash. And they did sparklers for the first time. So there's Carson and Chandler with their little sparklers, met up with some friends and their kids and enjoyed the fireworks show. Great show. We thought it was going to end 3 times and it just kept going. So thanks to those folks in Coal Valley for putting on a good show. The kids had a blast, as did the parents.
That is so cute. We had a sparkler fail. Went to my dad's this weekend to see my dad and my brother with Darbs, and my dad bought sparklers. He goes, "Oh, look, I have so many sparklers." He goes, "I got like 50 of them for like $5," and I was like, "Well,
Maybe there's a reason for that.
Yeah, so there's my dad, just decked out for he's very funny.
America.
Yes. Yeah, the sparklers were just like dripping flames. I'm like, let's just put these away for later. But one cool thing that happened is he did teach Darby how to fish. He had bought her, like, you know, those LOL surprise dolls. He bought her a fishing pole, like an LOL fishing pole. So there she is. She had caught, that was her holding her first fish. Then we went out on my brother's boat. And that was a little crazy, wild for a 5-year-old, but it was a lot of fun.
She looks like she had a good time.
She had the best time. I said to her, what was your favorite part of the weekend? And she said, going really fast with Uncle Michael on the boat. So I was happy because she could be a little scaredy cat like me, but she had a blast.
What a brave girl, and congrats on her first fish. That's awesome.
Yeah, she ended up catching like 3 more after that. It was crazy.
Now you're going to have to take her fishing every weekend.
And she's not afraid of worms.
Not afraid of worms. Well, hey, for a 5-year-old little girl, that's a win in itself.
That's a win in itself. So yeah, very cool. A great weekend, and hopefully a great week to come. Well, still to come on QCL, the Snake Alley Festival of Film is back in Burlington this weekend. What festival participants can expect is more than 100 short films will be shown during this year's event.
You're watching Quad Cities Live.
Well, we hope you're in the mood for a movie because more than 100 short films are being shown later this week as part of the Snake Alley Festival of Film. Here to tell us all about this 4-day event is Tad Good. Tad, thank you so much for making the trip out here.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, we are so excited to talk about this event. This Thursday, July 11th, correct, through Sunday, which I believe is July 14th.
Yep.
That is the entire festival. So what can participants expect?
Well, we show short films from all around the world. Foreign shorts, documentaries, drama, comedy, music videos, animation, a little bit of everything. And the films range from 1 minute to 35 minutes.
Okay, that's actually good information to know because I was like, well, you know, more than 100 films, how many could you possibly see? But when you're talking short films, there's a lot of like wiggle room there. Like, they're not gonna, you know, take you all day or anything like that, but really get a variety.
Yeah, that's what I think is a lot of fun about short film. I tell people, if you're watching one and you don't like it, there's another one right around the corner that you probably will like.
Yeah. Oh, so much there. Oh, we're looking at the schedule right now. So this is a good time to talk about kind of how it all works. I was online looking at, you know, purchasing tickets. So there are different blocks. So obviously they're of different lengths, but roughly how many films would you probably see if you signed up for a block?
It sort of depends, like you said. They can range from anywhere between 6 to, you know, even a dozen.
Okay.
The animated shorts, it's really packed in there. Saturday, we call it Saturday morning cartoons block. That's our animated shorts, and there's quite a few packed in there. It just sort of, like I said, depends on the length of the film.
That would be a really good one to go see.
That's a crowd favorite.
Shorts. Yes, I think that would be fabulous. When my daughter was really little, she watched some of the animated shorts. I believe they were on Disney or something like that, maybe Netflix. They were so good, and I'm like, you know, just beautiful messages and things like that. So this festival started out, I think we said it's in its 12th year. So 12 years ago. How did all of this get started?
Well, actually, they were restoring the Capitol Theater downtown in Burlington, and the founder, Lonnie Schuyler, he had been to several film festivals. He's a filmmaker and an actor, and he thought, why couldn't Burlington do this? So it was one of the first events at the newly restored and reopened Capitol Theater.
That's super exciting. And you started out early on participating in all of this. I believe you were a volunteer for the festival. You were also a judge.
Yeah.
So the judging, I mean, how does that all work? Because at the last day, people get like trophies and things like that.
Yeah, so how it works now is just as everything, it's sort of evolved. Everything's done online.
Okay.
So we find people from filmmakers who have been at the festival before. We find professional filmmakers, and we find just people who love films too. A wide variety of judges from all over, and they watch them and give them a score, and that's who picks who wins. So.
Okay, and so are there many winners, or is there just one like overall winner?
There's winners in each category, and then we have these top 4 awards like you see here. We have Best Iowa Made Film, Best of the Fest, Director's Award, and Audience Choice, and we also do short screenplay, so we have Best Short Screenplay.
Short Screenplay. Yeah, this is one of the trophies sitting in between us right now. It is beautiful. It's like a roll of film or like a strip of film, and this is made pretty locally.
Yeah, so the top is made by a blacksmith named Bill Prenti in Bentonsport, Iowa at Iron and Lace, and then the bottom part is actually cut out of a barn beam.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful trophy.
Yeah.
Yeah, very cool that all of that is made here locally. So one thing that I think is very cool is when we first started our segment, you talked about that these films come from all over the world. The people that make them also come from all over the world oftentimes to see it played out.
Yeah, which is really cool. I mean, you'll have people travel from across the country to show their 5-minute film, but short films don't really get their 5 minutes of fame, so we love to have filmmakers travel. They get a Q&A after the block, so people will watch all the movies. It's about an hour and a half, and then we bring them up on stage, and audience can ask questions, and we have an MC that asks questions, and they're usually there all weekend. You can hang out with them and network with them. And
that's a cool experience, and that was one thing I really did want to talk with you about. Anybody that's interested in being in this industry, people that are already working their way through this industry, this is a great networking opportunity being part of this festival.
Yeah, because like I said, we do the short screenplays, which is really cool.
Yeah.
We cast actors, they read the screenplays out loud.
Wow.
And then a lot of times someone will either see someone that read at the table read and think they'd be great for the movie, or a director or producer says, that's a great screenplay, let's make it, and it comes back 2 or 3 years later as a movie.
That is very special. Before we let you go, there is a special guest giving a presentation this year at the festival about documentary filmmaking.
Yeah.
So what can people expect there? They're going to get to meet this person?
Yeah, he'll be there, Justin Beam.
Okay.
He's actually Iowa native, but he travels all over. When you buy like a Blu-ray or a DVD of a movie, they have the special features where they talk to the directors, producers, stuff. He produces tons of those for Paramount, for all the big companies.
Wow.
That's what he does for a living, and he's going to sort of come tell some stories and show how he does it, and how you network and contact all these people and organize it all. And he has a very interesting life. So
what a cool job. Very, very cool. Okay, so we've got the website on the screen right now. There are 4 days of films and other special events as part of the Snake Alley Festival of Film. To purchase tickets, visit that website you see and that web address at the bottom of your screen, snakealleyfestivalofilm.com. Tad, thank you. It sounds like it's going to be a great event.
Thanks so much for having me.
Of course. Well, up next on QCL, a veteran magician will be with us in the studio with a closer look at some of the tricks up his sleeve. David Casas will join us after the break.
You're watching Quad Cities Live.
From Chicago to Las Vegas and everywhere in between, a local magician has been awing audiences for more than 2 decades.
Yeah, not only does he put on an entertaining show, but he also does a lot for kids in our community because his home base, Davenport, Iowa. David Casas is joining us now on Quad Cities Live. David, welcome back. Thanks for coming on the show today.
Thanks for having me. Thanks for having me.
All right, so like we said, more than 2 decades. I think you're about 25 years of doing magic. So when did you catch the magic bug? What made you just so interested in magic?
So mine was about sophomore, junior in high school. I was actually starting to think what I was going to do after high school.
Sure.
And long story short, so I was walking in North Park Mall, and there was a couple guys doing magic at a little kiosk.
Yeah.
And they were handing out flyers that said magic lessons. So I'm like, there was a lot of specials on at the time. So I was kind of interested, like David Copperfield, Lance Burton were doing specials on TV, and so I took a flyer, and there was a local magic shop called Robert's Magic Shop years ago on Harrison Street, and right here in Davenport. So that's where I kind of started.
That's amazing.
Take classes, and
the rest is history.
Yeah, so the rest is history. Yeah, exactly.
So how did you? How were you able to really turn this into a career? You know, you took your show on the road.
Yeah. So you have to be. I think I got my work ethic from my parents. You have to be a real go-getter. So I just think I have that. I've always had that just drive and passion. I knew that's what I wanted to do. So I just been, it's always hustling. When you're self-employed, you always got to be reaching out, doing phone calls, emails. So you just got to have a lot of drive, ambition, passion, and love for what you do.
And you've taken that passion and really helped other potential future magicians in our community, because you do a lot for kids in the community. In fact, during the fall and winter, you host several different classes on magic for kids, right?
Yeah, at the Davenport Junior Theater and the Bettendorf Parks and Rec, and also the Muscatine YMCA as well. So I teach classes 8 and up, and kids really enjoy it.
They must love it.
It's like once a week for an hour, and then the last class is the kids' favorite because they put on a little magic show at what they learned, and the parents come in and the family, so they really enjoy that.
Can you imagine how cute that would be?
That'd be adorable.
Yeah,
so. Every kid loves magic, and I mean adults love magic too because I'm looking forward. You got a couple of magic tricks up your sleeve.
I do. I do.
Let's see these in
You
play.
ready?
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Get excited, Morgan.
Excited.
All right. Let's do it.
So we're going to start off with the world famous ball trick. So Morgan, give that just a little poke there for me. Yeah, just like a little, poke it there. Cal, go ahead and poke it as well if you like. And like magicians cut ladies in half, we can actually cut a ball in half. Now we have 2 balls.
Oh.
Could you open your left hand for me, Morgan? And I'm going to have you squeeze tight for me. Squeeze there. And one here. When I snap, the magic happens. Open your hands up. They change places. Okay, that was a bad joke. One here, squeeze tight again, and I'll have you turn your hand over. When I knock twice, it goes from there, open, and that's a little better. There's 2 balls right there.
Whoa.
Kyle, I'm going to let you try once. 2 balls, squeeze.
Got
1, 2, 3, open. Now you have 3 balls. And this is actually a trick that I teach in my classes.
Okay.
So what we'll do is we'll put 1 in the pocket, and then we'll put 1 in my hand, and then Morgan, could you just like wave over the ball?
Yeah.
And Kyle, give me a little wave.
Okay.
And when you wave,
there you go.
and I shake, now they multiply.
Whoa.
And now we have about 20 balls.
I'm so impressed.
I mean, we had no idea what he was going to do, so we don't know.
We'll do one more quick one for me. I'm going to have you place your hands like this. And Kyle, just say right or left. I'm going to have you come this way a little more. Close both hands, please.
Right.
Close your hands more. Right one.
Right.
Okay, so Morgan, I'll have you put your right hand, please, behind your back. And your left hand, keep it closed. Just set it on the table. We're going to give you a quick vision test. I have a dry erase marker and a dry erase board. All right. So here's what I do. I just draw 3 X's. I'm going to draw them kind of big. Hopefully the camera can see. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So Kyle, 3 here, 3 here.
Yes.
Total of 6.
Yep, 6.
If I erase 1, now there's 2 here, 2 on the other side. But let's start over. Remember when I had 3? 3 and 3.
Yeah.
And now we have 2 and 2.
Okay.
1X here, 1X here, but I prefer 2, so we'll go back to 2.
Okay.
2 and 2. Watch the X as it goes from the bottom up to the top. Morgan, I slide it down, and then Kyle, I just kind of flick it towards you like that.
Yeah.
If I erase it, now it's blank on both sides, but I can reach in the air, throw it back, and here's my favorite part. Morgan, you were such a good helper. I'm going to give you a little souvenir. I'm going to give you this X, so I just take it off, and I just rub, and I toss it in the air, and it lands in your left hand. Did you feel that?
No.
Oh, maybe it didn't work then. Well, open your hand anyway.
It's there.
And
I don't know if you can see it on the kid. There you go. That's the
There you
X.
go.
That's amazing.
It's magic.
And you felt nothing.
No.
Yeah, that's incredible.
There you go.
Wow.
I'm so impressed.
This is very impressive. Well, if you'd like to see where David Casas Magic will be next, he's got a whole list of events coming up here over the next few months. You can visit his website, davidcasasmagic.com, and you can also book a comedy or a magic show for your event. David, you've amazed us.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
We
Wish
are
we had more
awesome.
time.
I know. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Very, very cool. Thank you so much for being here
you.
today. And thank you so much for watching.
Your local news at 4 with Sharon is coming up next. Have a great evening.